Hello, good morning or good night or whatever time it is wherever you are. Today we're just going to do the chillest, getting back in touch with our body flow. It's going to be really good for reducing stress and anxiety, helping to calm the mind and prepare you for a peaceful morning or helping you wind down to get ready to go to bed. So just like a good all around, like you can't go wrong with the yoga flow. So we're going to start with the only equipment we're going to need today, which is some blankets and some comfy clothes. We're going to start seated on the blanket. You're going to take your feet nice and close in towards you. This could be a cross-legged seat, or if you like to do like a little butterfly pose, that might be a little intense to just jump into. So we're going to just sit in our cross-legged seat and take a minute here and notice, like, which way did I cross my legs? Like, what's the way you just automatically cross them? Like, which foot do you put in front automatically? And I want you to try just uncrossing your legs and recrossing them like the opposite way, the less like natural feeling way. It's like little things like that can be really good for your brain to just try out. But of course, make sure that you're comfortable. So we're going to start out in that like weird way to have our legs crossed. We're going to place the hands on either knee, keeping the hips lifted on that blanket or pillow or whatever you're using. We're going to take one deep breath in, and we're just going to try to straighten the elbows out. So that's going to just lift your chest up. Maybe pull your shoulders up towards your ears. Take a deep breath in and out. Allow the elbows to bend again. Come back to your normal seat. We're going to do that 2 more times. Breathing in, pressing into the knees, straightening the elbows, feeling the shoulder blades draw close together on the back, and exhale, release. 1 more breath in and out. You can sigh it out. Great. We're going to take the hands up. Maybe try to raise them up by taking your hands behind your ears to come up rather than just like thoughtlessly pulling them up. We're going to look up at the hands and imagine we're holding like a beach ball between the hands. Breathing in, and it's okay if your arms are here to start out with. But as you breathe in, slowly press that imaginary ball higher and higher up towards the sky. A gentle lift to the chin so you can look up there. Keep going, following your breath. Breathing in and out. And on the inhales, trying to straighten the arms more and more. And if it's pretty easy for you to just come right up with the hands and get the elbows nice and straight, maybe you try and just tip your chest up higher and higher, introducing a really gentle back bend into this. Take 1 more breath here, allowing the blood to switch the flow that it normally does. So draining from your hands to the rest of your body. And then on an exhale, we're going to cactus the arms, open the palms up towards the front of the room, pull the elbows back towards the back of the room, and squeeze the shoulder blades, maybe a gentle back bend here. Great. Then we're just going to do a couple of these, they're not figure eights, but that feels like what they are. We're just going to rotate the shoulders, breathing, and then we're going to switch directions. Then on an inhale, we're going to take the left fingertips to the right knee, plant the right hand behind us. Inhale to sit up nice and tall. Exhale to let the gaze help you twist. With every inhale, growing taller. With every exhale, softening through the belly. With every inhale, growing taller. With every exhale, melting through the belly. So the way to really feel the benefits of a twist is not to crank your spine. It's just to find length and allow yourself to slowly twist gently, like a leaf unfurling kind of thing. And then we'll inhale, come back to center. We're going to take those left fingertips and plant them on the left side of the body. And we'll inhale and scoop up some air with the right hand. Exhale, dump it to the left. So taking a side stretch here, you can always have the left fingertips on blocks. Breathing in, trying to really pull that right thumb back towards the back of the room, creating a lot of space in the armpit, feeling that line of stretch from your right thumb all the way down into your right hip. And then we'll exhale, come back to center. We're going to just take the right hand to the left knee, plant the left fingertips behind us, inhale to get tall. And then we'll do that same sequence on the opposite side, exhaling to twist the left, looking behind you. Breathing in to find length, exhaling to find softness. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling. And as you breathe in, notice how the air feels like in your nose. Where do you feel it? What temperature is the air? And as you exhale, notice how it feels exiting the body. Is the breath warmer? Then we'll inhale, take the right fingertips and plant them on the right side of the body or on the block to the right side of the body. We'll scoop up that air with the left hand. Inhale and exhale, gently lean to the right. Feeling that stretch all the way from the left fingertips all the way into the left hip. Breathing in, pulling that left hand towards the back of the room. Maybe you even take the left fingertips to the back of the left head. Sorry, that didn't make sense. Maybe you even take the left fingertips to the back of the head. Try to really open up through that elbow to find a stretch in the armpit. And we'll slowly come back to center. We're going to inhale, bring the chest forward, and just take a couple circles with the torso. Exhale to pull the chest back, look towards the navel. Inhale, we'll pull the chest forward, arc the spine. Exhale, come back. Inhale, like you're a human butter churn. Exhale, come to the back. And we'll switch directions. Inhaling, coming to the front. Exhaling, moving to the back, trying to sync up breath to movement. Inhale, coming to the front. Exhale, moving to the back. One last inhale, come to the front. Exhaling, coming to the back. Awesome. And we're going to keep the back nice and straight. We're going to look in front of us and take the fingertips just in front of our crossed legs. While you're here, you can either walk the fingertips forward, keeping those elbows straight, keeping the back nice and flat. You can have the hands on blocks. Or if you're feeling a stretch in the hips just by sitting here, maybe you just keep the hands on the knees and slightly bend forward, looking on the ground. Anyways, wherever you are, just come forward with a nice flat spine until you feel a deep stretch in the hips. Breathe into the low belly here. Don't be afraid to expand your belly here. Exhaling to pull the navel back in towards the spine. But really fill up with air when you breathe in. Like a water balloon, but with air. So I guess just a normal balloon. If you sway a bit from side to side here, sometimes that can help you find a little pocket where you're a little tighter. And if you find a pocket like that, just pause there. Walk the hands back in. And then we're going to, it's a kind of a funny little move, but we're going to place the left hand on top of the left thigh and the right fingertips come out to the right side. We're just gently going to press that left thigh away from us at the same time as leaning the torso towards the right. So hopefully that should give you a nice stretch like right here, kind of in the low belly, hip flexor area. Breathing in. You can take this as deep or shallow as you want, and if it just doesn't plain feel good, then don't do it. Always trust your body. We'll come back through center. Then we'll take the right hand to the top of the right thigh, take the left fingertips to the left, and gently press into that right thigh with the right hand, straighten the elbow, and we'll bend the left elbow and let the torso come towards the left. Keeping both hips really grounded here. Just notice where you feel a stretch. Stay connected to the breath. And don't like press like incredibly hard. Like we're not trying to wrench our hip out of the socket here. We're just trying to find a nice gentle stretch to wake up with or calm down with. We'll come back to center. Take the hands behind you. So fingers can either be pointing towards the butt if you have really flexible wrists, or if that's not your style today, you can have the fingertips pointing away from you. Or if you have really sensitive wrists, you can be on your fists here. We're going to take the feet in front of us. We're going to let the soles of the feet come together. So we're in like a butterfly pose, but the feet are farther out away from us than they normally would be. We're going to pause here, and on an inhale, we're going to arc the spine, pulling the shoulders back behind us, opening up through the chest, looking up, feeling a nice stretch in the shoulders. So we're like getting that cat-cow spine, we're getting that cow spine. Looking up, should be a nice release in the chest too. Take a deep breath in here. And we'll exhale, walk our way forward. Bend forward slightly over the feet in a butterfly pose here. You can do that little like bouncing with the knees if you want to, but don't feel pressured to do any extra movement right now. You can take the thumbs to the arches of the feet and give yourself a little mini foot massage here. Sometimes that feels really good. It's easy to forget that we can just do that, like give ourselves foot massages, but we totally can. They rule. Then we'll walk ourselves back up to seated. We will recross the legs, this time the normal way we would. You might be interested to find that it feels a little less normal after sitting the opposite way for so long. And here we're going to inhale, straighten the elbows. And exhale, bend the elbows, but try to keep your spine exactly the way it just was. Inhale, straighten the elbows. So you're getting as tall as you physically can. Exhale, allow the shoulders to come down, but keep your spine where it goes. One more time. Inhaling, straightening the elbows. And exhaling to just come back to normal. We're going to take the hands up, look up at the hands. And on an exhale, we're going to cactus the arms, take a little mini back bend. When I say back bend, I mean like the slightest tilt of your upper back. And then we're going to go just straight into walking our fingertips forward to find a stretch in the hips here. Take a note as you walk yourself forward and lean forward with your flat back. Like, where do I feel this stretch? And is it, like, how intense is it? Just notice those things. It can seem really obvious, but like actually naming where you feel things can be a really interesting body awareness exercise. Breathing into the belly, remembering to like expand your belly. Capital E, expand. Breathing into the hips and hopefully the low back. And we'll take a little sway here from side to side. Nothing too crazy. This is actually the first yoga class I'm teaching in my new apartment. I just realized, so it's a little interesting personal detail to distract you while you're stretching out your hips. And then you're going to walk the fingertips in. We're going to place the left hand on the left thigh. Take the right fingertips towards the right. Inhale, press that palm of the heel of the left hand into the thigh of the left leg and bend the right elbow, coming into this funny little stretch. It's kind of an interesting one. It gets like a lot of different weird places. Again, name where you feel stretches if you feel stretches here. You can try to take the torso a little farther towards the back of the room while you're leaning towards the side, or take the torso a little towards the front of the room while you're leaning to that side. Just notice if that changes the stretch. And we'll inhale, come back to center. Right hand comes to right leg. Press the heel of the right hand into the thigh of the right leg, and then we will bend towards the left, bending the elbow, maybe even looking up at the sky. Again, feel free to Maybe just take the torso literally an inch back towards the back of the room. Then maybe you reverse it. Take the torso just slightly towards the front of the room. Come back to center. We're going to take the right fingertips towards the left knee. Left hand comes out behind us. We'll inhale to get tall here. And we'll exhale to twist. Looking towards the back of the room. Inhaling to get tall. Exhaling to soften. Inhaling to get tall. Exhaling to soften. Letting your gaze really pull you towards the back of the room. One more breath in here. And out. We will come through center. Take the right fingertips outside the right thigh. Scoop up some air with the left hand. And side stretch towards the right. Inhaling, pulling those left fingers towards the back of the room. And exhaling, moving through center. Taking the left hand to the right knee this time. Right hand comes behind us. We'll inhale to get tall. And exhale, soften, look towards the back of the room. Inhaling to get tall. Exhaling to soften. Inhaling to get tall. Feel that breath move into your shoulders. Taking deep breaths here can make the stretch more intense. And soften. Come back through center. Left fingertips come outside the left side body. We'll inhale. Take that right hand up and over. Side stretch towards the left. Inhale, pulling those right fingertips towards the back of the room. Opening up through the armpit. And maybe this time you take the right hand to the back of the head. And really pull up through that right elbow to open through the armpit. Deep breath in here. And exhale, slowly come through center. Taking the hands behind us. Walking the feet forward into that little butterfly pose. We'll inhale. Do that little cow back. Inhaling, pressing through those hands into the ground to arc your spine. And then we'll exhale, just walk the feet forward. And shake the ankles from side to side. Shake the legs. Maybe even if you live on the ground floor or live alone, you do a couple of these. Just gently tapping the soles of the feet into the ground. But then we're going to, if you have super tight hamstrings or just even basically tight hamstrings, we're going to start out with the heels close in towards the body with the feet flexed. We're just going to give ourselves a hug, give our thighs a hug, basically. We're going to relax the head towards the knees. And if you're feeling a stretch here, relaxing the head, holding the elbows, hugging the thighs, then that's awesome, and just hang out here. And you can also take the soles of the feet to the ground too if that feels better. Taking deep breaths in here and just taking a moment to have some self-compassion, giving yourself a hug. It can be really therapeutic. Feeling a little moment of self-love here. And if you're craving a little deeper of a stretch, maybe you just walk the heels a little farther out away from you. You can still keep a bend in the knees. Keep the back nice and straight. We'll inhale to get tall and exhale to just slowly lower. Taking the hands towards the feet. They can be on the ground too. You can use a strap around the feet if you like. No pressure. We're just going to stay here for about 5 breaths. So just find your deep hamstring stretch. And it can literally be, if you have super tight hamstrings, a deep hamstring stretch might just be having your back against the wall and flexing your feet. Wherever you are, respect it. Know that you're doing work. And as you breathe in and as you breathe out, notice how your body does slowly begin to let go. It might feel like it's getting more and more intense. And if it's like too intense, don't be afraid to back off and bend the knees a little more. But I encourage you to try to stick with yourself in these moments of discomfort. Breathing into the feet and the thighs. Breathing into the belly. Softening through the back. Looking directly down at the ground so we're not cranking through the neck. For just a few more breaths here. We'll inhale to slowly, like seriously so slowly come up. Maybe you remove the blanket or the pillow and come right to the ground. And just do a couple windshield wipers with the knees. And as you do this, see if you can kind of massage your butt, honestly. Like using the firmness of the ground to just like move from one hip to the other. Maybe pausing on one hip and just like moving a little from side to side. It can feel so intense. But it's good to encourage blood flow and circulation to places that are sore. Awesome. And then if you want to do a little passive back bend with me, you can take that pillow right up to the to your tailbone and just lay right down on it so your head comes to the floor and your shoulders are together and your legs are outstretched. Or if you're like, no, I've done enough back bending today, thank you. Feel free to take that blanket out and just lay down on the ground like you normally would. Make sure that you're super comfortable here. Maybe put your like warm socks on, take your ponytail out. We're going to breathe into the belly. Exhale out through the mouth. Breathe in through the belly. Exhale out through the mouth. One more breath in and out through the mouth. Now, if you feel safe doing so, maybe you close the eyes here. I'll just say that we're going to go into a short meditation. So if there's any other stretches you really want to do, you feel tight somewhere, I encourage you to just take the next 30 seconds to a minute or so and do that stretch. You can even be wiggling around trying to find the perfect, comfortable laying down position. You can be stretching out the fingers, doing some wrist circle and ankle circles. It can be coming into a full wheel. It can be happy baby, grabbing your feet and letting your knees fall to either side of the rib cage. Like, whatever it is, just take a moment to listen to your body. Then we're going to settle into our Shavasana. So as you breathe in, I want you to really focus on one of your big toes. It doesn't matter which one. Just really focus on if you can feel the air on the skin of your toe, if you can feel your sock against your toe, if you can feel another toe pressing against your big toe. Really notice that toe. We're going to inhale, and as silly as it sounds, as we exhale, we're going to try to relax that toe. Bear with me here. Then we're going to inhale and see if we can feel all the toes in space without moving them or touching them. Notice how they feel. We'll inhale and exhale, soften through the toes. We're going to move into the arches of the feet, taking a breath in here, seeing if you can feel any soreness in the feet. And as you exhale, try to let go of some of that soreness. Feeling the tops of the feet, the ankles, and the heels on an inhale. Softening with the exhale, letting go. Moving into the calf muscles. Breathing into our calves. Noticing if we feel sore or tense. And as we exhale, trying to let go, coming into the shins and the sides of the shins. Repeating that process of breathing in to notice how it feels and exhaling to let go. Moving into the knees. Breathing into the tops of the knees, the kneecaps behind the knees. Exhaling to soften. Moving into the tops of the thighs, the hamstrings, the sides of the thighs, the inner thighs. Breathing in to notice how you feel there. Exhaling to soften and release. Moving into the butt, the hips, the pelvis. Breathing in. Exhaling to soften. The lower back, the lower belly, the upper belly. Breathing in and softening on the exhale. Spend a little time in your belly, just noticing how it feels. Feeling a lot of compassion for your belly, thanking it for digesting everything for you, for helping you have energy throughout the day. Moving into the ribs, feeling each rib in space if you can, like you're climbing a staircase of body awareness. Breathing in and exhaling to soften through those ribs, soften through the lungs. Spending maybe 2 breaths on the shoulders here, noticing how the upper and mid back feel. If you're holding on to anything in the shoulders. As you inhale, expand through the chest. And as you exhale, let go of whatever you're holding on to in the shoulders. Moving to the front of the chest, inhaling, noticing if we're tight in the pecs. Exhaling to release. Moving down the arms through the biceps and the triceps, the back of the elbow, the front of the elbow. Spending a little extra moment in the forearms, actually. We spend so much time holding things, and those muscles travel up into our forearms. Relaxing on the exhales, spending some time in the palms, moving down each finger individually, seeing if you can feel the back of the hand and the front of the hand in space. Softening through the hands, releasing anything you're holding on to there. Moving into the armpits, breathing in and feeling the armpits. Softening through the armpits. The back of the neck, the collarbones, and the front of the neck. Breathing in, softening the skin on the exhale. Moving into the jaw, the temples, the forehead, the eyes, the lips, the muscles around the mouth, the cheeks. Feeling these things in space. And exhaling to soften through all of them, letting go of anything in the jaw and the forehead, anything in the eyes, maybe gently parting the lips. Moving through the back of the scalp, softening through the head. Now I want you to breathe in and see if you can just be aware of all those parts of the body we noticed. Exhale, soften and relax your body as a whole. Inhale, total body awareness. Exhale, total body relaxation. Final breath in and hold it at the top. And then we'll slowly exhale through the mouth. Take a deep breath in and begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Maybe take a couple wrist circles and ankle circles, just coming back into your body. We'll inhale, stretch the arms overhead like it's a beginning to the day. And then we'll exhale slowly with the eyes still closed. If you had them closed, come up into a comfortable seat with hands at heart center. We're going to take one final deep breath in together, feeling centered and relaxed. Inhaling and exhaling, bowing chin to chest. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. Blink the eyes open. Okay. I hope you're feeling good. Hope you have a great rest of your day or rest of your night. And I will see you next time.